The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101. Q101 WKQX. WKQX HD1 Chicago. A Cumulus media station.
Now is your chance to GTFO with a shot at a $100 Visa gift card and be qualified for a trip for two to see a hot band in a warm weather climate. GTFO. Message and data rates apply. Please don't text and drive.
Q101.
Well, yeah, get the hell out of here and go see the Foo Fighters in San Diego. And you get a $100 Visa gift card just for qualifying. So text FLY, F-L-Y, just like learn to fly. 312-591-8300. Text FLY, 312-591-8300. That gets you entered and qualifying, like I said, that $100 Visa gift card. And remember, if you've qualified and haven't won, you can still just do it. Until you know that you've won the whole deal, you can still text in to qualify and get involved.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
All right, well, the Bulls lost to the Raptors, and that's not good because they're in kind of a run here for possibly making the playoffs. I know we're still a little bit off, but and the Raptors aren't that good. They were 3 players down. The Bulls were up 16. Come on, you win that game at home. Didn't happen. They were without Patrick Williams, who's out for 2 weeks, and Zach LaVine, but they've done well without Zach LaVine and Patrick Williams before.
The problem is that the trade deadline is next week, and why the NBA trade deadline is the week before the Super Bowl, I do not know. Very poor planning on the NBA's behalf. But the Bulls are in limbo right now. There's an argument that they should sell all their best players, get picks in return, build for the future. There's also an argument, because they're just about 500, that they can actually try to make a trade to stack their team and become better. They're in no man's land right now. It's classic Chicago Bulls. They don't know what to do, and they're between a rock and a hard place.
Plan B sucks, by the way.
What is
That's helped people out of a big situation a few times.
Yeah.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah. Plan B of trying to add a player to make a run in the playoffs will not work. It might get you maybe a win, but it's a terrible option. There's no way in the East is so stacked that they will make it anywhere decent. It should sell everything, get picks, get Lonzo Bell off the bench.
Lonzo Ball
For making a $74 million.
We got a new player.
I combined Le'Veon Bell and Lonzo Ball.
Why is Le'Veon Bell on your mind? I don't know. This is bizarre.
But Lonzo, just get rid of everybody. Figure it out. Start over. Blow it up. This is a Chicago basketball town. We still have the highest attendance at times in the NBA. We're still in the top 3, and we go to games, and we love basketball. How about giving us a team that's worth it? Let's just try to start over again. That's all I'm saying. We can't add anybody. Everybody's got to go.
One of these years, we'll get it right.
Everybody's got to go. Let's see. Now, something that's really fascinating is how we broke this news about the White Sox moving and building a new stadium in this fake neighborhood called the 78 in Chicago. This seems to be happening. Like there was a chance to go to Nashville, a chance to stay in the stadium, chance to, just stir things up what Reinsdorf was trying to do. It is really fast in how they're saying, wow, the MLB commissioner came out and said, this is a great move for Chicago. Let's go. We're all for it. We'll do what we can. The only thing they haven't done, even though Reinsdorf is the owner of the team, is kind of gotten involved with the other partners of the White Sox and also how they're going to pay for it. Now, guaranteed rate was paid for with a hotel tax. Kenzie, you stay in hotels downtown now and then for events and things like that.
Why do they tax them?
What do you think that tax is on there per room when you order a room? It's like $20 to $30 extra hotel tax.
It's insane. You know what makes me mad is then you also get a huge tax, which I guess is for Comiskey. Okay, neat. And then and then you have to pay a resort fee. And I'm like, where is the resort that I've just paid for? I would love to use it. I don't see pools, sand, beaches, a bar with a cocktail like that. I'm like, what resort? Where is it?
Are you staying at that motel when you get off the off-ramp on right there?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Ohio?
Yeah, the Ohio House Hotel.
No, I have not stayed there.
That's too bad.
It's an Old Faithful for Lollapalooza visitors who are like 19.
Absolutely. Well, listen, it's got to be paid for somehow. They're still paying for guaranteed rate, just like we're still paying for Soldier Field, taxpayers are. They can't add a new tax for it, so they worked it in with the hotel tax for Comiskey. It was a state tax going in for Soldier Field, where they still owe $600 million, I believe, 20 years later.
I just think that, we have to teach these billionaires lessons. And it's like, no. You've made your decision, so now you must stay until your place is paid off, and then you can decide to sell it and build something new.
Or at the very
Because you wouldn't let your kids do that. You don't let your kids have 2 bites of dinner and go, well, now I feel like should be from a different restaurant. You'd be like, hey, you're kind of being spoiled right now. You have to eat that. No, you have to eat that. This is where you picked. This is the design you picked. Here we are. Not everyone has to pay for it again. Like, you would scold your kids for something like this.
Kenzie, that's a really good analogy.
Honestly, I have no jokes to make. It was just fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, I was picturing eating at Arby's, and then someone said, no, we're going to finish up at Portillo's.
Yeah.
I like both places.
Of course.
I like where a guaranteed rate is. I want the new stadium. Maybe it's a nice place, but we can't. We committed to Arby's.
This is it.
And Arby's to Portillo's is not $1 billion investment.
Well, I don't understand always. I mean, I guess when you have the power, but again, I'm not counting anybody else's money, but you could probably afford the stadium yourself.
Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't have any hobbies. That's why he won't retire. He can't spend money on anything. He doesn't like anything.
He bought the Bulls and the White Sox for nothing. Yeah. And now the Bulls, even as bad as they are, they're worth like $3 billion. The White Sox are worth $3 or $4. He's worth $8 billion overall. $8 billion.
Yeah.
Come on, break off a little bit of that and build a stadium.
Break me off a piece of that billionaire.
It's very good. Finally, Kenzie, you asked this question, I think, last week about Taylor Swift, and it's just so funny how everybody's head explodes and all the sports talking heads saying she's ruining football, even though talking about value, she's added over $330 million in value to the Chiefs just by showing up to games.
That's wild.
$330 million.
I would love to be worth that much.
Well,
like,
sure.
I would love if my presence caused that. It doesn't. And like, they go up in value a little bit because I'm for sure going to get a little snacky snack one there, but that's it.
I get about $17 in value increase. Walk in the room. Here comes Kenzie.
Hey, big spender.
Let's go.
Batten down the hatches. She's going to the step bar.
Ah, she wants seconds.
We're going to be rich, biatch. All right, so Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor at the game is now a bet, Kenzie. There's an 8% chance on some of the betting apps that will do this. The prop bet's coming for the Super Bowl, mostly these kind of bets. So he could propose to her after the game. 8% shot that Travis Kelce would do that.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah?
Nope.
You think she needs like something more romantic?
I just think all the drama and the negative energy I'm sure she doesn't care because she's been through plenty of it. She's been famous since she's been like 14, 15, so she's whatever, right?
Right.
But I'm sure that's not what she wants is a million negative posts about her engagement. Like, if I were her, I'd be like, that should be private. And then she can really feed the haters because they're going to be like, you're making football about you. My whole argument is they're showing her a lot. Yeah. And you could be like, oh, they're kind of showing this person too much. Fine. Doesn't matter. It's still not her fault that they're filming her. She's just there to see the person she's dating.
Right.
I wouldn't not go somewhere just because somebody else is making a poor decision if I'm going there to support my significant other.
Yeah.
But if she does like an engagement or things like anything that's really self-fulfilling, it's gonna be so much negative backlash because it's already negative backlash, and she's not doing anything. She just went to the game. She didn't grab a microphone in the middle of it.
There's a 67% chance bet that she'll appear during the national anthem while, I believe, is it Reba McEntire singing the national anthem, I think?
Reba.
So Reba's singing it. Will they show Taylor Swift during the national anthem?
Oh, I would like to focus on the stars and stripes, not Taylor Swift.
Hell yeah, brother.
Maybe she'll be wearing like a jacket, though. Like an American flag jacket.
She's coming to the game in an American
Everyone
flag
has
jacket.
to like look at her instead of a flag. She's going to be dressed as one.
Taylor Swift walks in like Randy the Macho Man Savage. Has a bandana on.
Got Slim Jim with her.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Bring Me the Horizon. So get on the phones right now, 312-591-8300. That is your shot at Pixies, Modest Mouse tickets. And Kenzie, the opener is Cat Power.
Oh, crap. I said Cat in the Hat earlier.
Cat Power will be opening. So make sure you get there early. That'll be at Huntington Bank Pavilion at Northerly Island, Wednesday, June 19th from our great friends at Live Nation. So 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete against Kenzie in trivia for a chance to win them.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
And we have Brooke checking in to take on Kenzie for the Pixies Modest Mouse tickets and Cat Power opening that show. Checking in from the home of Chevelle, Grays Lake. Brooke, ahoy. Tell us something really quick about yourself.
Ahoy. I am from Grays Lake. Well, not originally. I moved here about 5 years ago, and I graduated high school in Puerto Rico. So I'm definitely not used to the cold that we have been experiencing, that's for sure.
You're telling me Grays Lake isn't exactly like Puerto Rico? Aren't they the same?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
One and the same.
So you moved right from Puerto Rico to Grays Lake. Are you from Illinois originally before you went to Puerto Rico high school?
No, I am from West Virginia. So I have bounced around a little bit. But yeah, I was in Puerto Rico for 2 years.
Very fun.
What are you running from?
I was just about to ask.
No, I met my fiance, and so I moved up here. He's from Grays Lake, and so I moved up here to be closer to him and his family. We've got 2 boys now, and we love it. So.
All right.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Where in Puerto Rico?
Dorado. So it's
Oh,
about 30 minutes out of San Juan.
Oh, super nice. I used to go to like Rincon de Aguadilla a lot. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite beaches out there.
All right. Well, let's get to the game and get you some tickets so you can maybe sell money for the babies to, buy sweaters and things. I don't know. I just think.
Or just go to the concert.
Oh, you can go to the concert. Here we go.
Why is your suggestion when they win to sell the prize? That's like a horrible thing. What a slap in the face to the mouse.
The Cat Power and the mouse and the Pixies.
He is.
All right, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Heads or tails? 1, 2, 3, call it.
Tails.
It's heads. Kenzie, question number 1. First they're sour, then they're sweet is the tagline for what candy?
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids is right. And we have a bunch in the studio here, too, laying around. Kenzie loves the Sour Patch Kids.
I do. I love sour candy, period.
That's right. One more thing we know about Kenzie. Brooke, what insurance does Flo advertise?
Progressive.
Progressive is right. 1-1.
Well, you were quick on that. Quickie.
Kenzie, how many sides does a rhombus have?
Rhombus.
Rhombus.
Is it 4?
It is 4.
Is it like a 3D square?
Kinda.
Rhombus.
I would not describe it as a 3D square.
That's what I thought in my head.
I was just saying, I don't know. I've never seen a rhombus. I don't know.
It's a diamond. It's the shape of a diamond.
Why is it a rhombus? Why isn't it just a diamond then?
It's the scientific math name for it.
Wow. Well, I still got 4, so that's good. I saw it differently in my mind, though.
2-1, back to Brooke.
That's correct.
Brooke, who invented the method he called rope-a-dope? 3?
I have no idea.
2, 1. Okay, Kenzie, do you know who? So who invented the method he called rope-a-dope?
Dr. Seuss? What is it?
Someone very close to Dr. Seuss, Muhammad Ali. Yeah. So it was a method
Next guess.
Yeah. So in the boxing ring, it would be the rope-a-dope was being on the ropes and just take a bunch of punches, but you could protect yourself really well and tire out the other boxer, and then he'd come back and then just wallop them and take them out because they were tired.
All I imagined was rope-a-dope and hop-a-cop and cock-a-flop.
Dr. Seuss had a good right hook, too.
Oh, that's absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, 2-1, back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what 4 U.S. states start with the letter I?
Illinois.
Right.
Iowa.
Yep.
Indiana.
Yes.
Is this like a prank?
No.
Because I have to say Idaho.
Oh.
Udo. Idaho.
Yeah, you know, girl. All right.
3-1, back to Brooke.
Brooke, the San Andreas Fault is located in which state?
California?
California's right. You ever seen the movie San Andreas with The Rock?
I have not.
Oh, you should. It's really, really deep.
What is a fault? What is that?
So what causes earthquakes are when the Earth's crust, there's a fault line. And that's what the San Andreas Fault Line is. It's the biggest one in North America. So that's why California's going to fall in the ocean soon because of that.
Soon.
Soon.
Was it All right.
Well, Tool wrote a song about it. It just hasn't happened yet.
Like after the vacations we're giving away to California or before?
Oh, it's definitely after the San
Oh,
Diego.
okay. How
Show.
soon?
Oh, crap. Bad planning on our part.
Yeah, not good. That's why we got such a good deal.
Yeah.
Next week is California, too. We really need to be careful.
Oh, crap.
All right, 3-2, back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what was the names of the main Three Stooges? There's three of them.
Oh, God.
The main guys.
Marv, I think.
Keep going.
Stewie.
Yep.
And James.
James, Stewie, and Marv, not the Three Stooges we know today. Brooke, do you know?
I know one's Curly.
Okay, good. That's right.
You didn't help me like that. You didn't let me know if I was right or wrong.
Well, you were wrong on all three.
That's not fair. How it would have helped me know I was getting vibes or not.
Larry, maybe?
Larry's another one. Come on, girl, you got this.
I know it starts with an M.
3,
Marv.
2.
Mo?
Did you say Mo?
No, she said
did.
no. Oh, did she say Mo?
I said Mo.
It is.
Put it on the board.
It's Larry, Mo, and Curly.
I was close.
Marv, James, and
Stewie.
Now, they did have another one come in named Shemp. They had another guy there. They had Shemp, and they also had Curly Joe, and Curly had a contract dispute, so they just called him Curly Joe. This other bald guy that came in there. What a racket.
Oh, we should watch some Three Stooges today.
I think-
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast.
Come on, Kenzie, it'll be fun.
It's 3-3. It's back to Brooke.
Brooke, what sank the Titanic?
An iceberg?
That iceberg's right. I'm trying to trick you on that
Okay.
one because, the captain went too fast.
What kind of trick?
Because-
What else would it? How is that a trick question?
Because you might say the captain drove the boat too fast. That's what
Nobody thought it was Leonardo DiCaprio. What kind of trick question is that? Trying to get you there.
Kenzie,
What?
who was the president in between the two George Bushes? There were two of them.
They weren't back to back?
No, they weren't.
Clinton?
Clinton's right.
Okay, good.
Woo, that was close.
Tie ball game 4-4. Brooke can win with the correct answer.
Ooh, Brooke, how many years are in a semi-centennial?
A centennial is 150?
50? Good job, Brooke.
Yay!
Yay.
Awesome.
You're going to see the Pixies and Modest Mouse and Cat Power. Get there early for
We're
them.
so happy you got that trick question about the iceberg.
You got
Nothing
it.
gets by you, Brooke.
Nothing.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
Well, if you like free stuff and you didn't win, everybody listening should text FLY right now. We're just talking about California going into the ocean pretty soon. Not before the Foo Fighters show in San Diego or the Fall Out Boy in LA show.
Well, that's good.
I mean, thankfully. So text FLY to 312-591-8300 right now if you haven't. That gets you a $100 Visa gift card if you qualify, and you'll qualify for the grand prize, that trip to see Foo in San Diego from our great friends at Benton House and Automotive. And, of course, Q101 and Brian and Kenzie. Head to headlines on the way right after Green Day.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines, where we give you two headlines, and based on them alone, you choose by texting in headline number 1 or headline number 2 of which story you want to hear more about. The other story we'll never talk about again. So you got to choose wisely here, okay? So let's get to it. 312-591-8300 will be the number you text in headline 1 or headline 2 to. So headline number 1. Dying former mobster who stole Wizard of Oz ruby slippers gets no prison time.
Wait, are those real?
He
Are the
stole-
ruby slippers real?
He stole the real ones. It's a mobster that stole the real
I mean,
ones.
I would have thought that the ones in the movie were still fake, though. Like, why buy real rubies? Who would have known?
Back in the old days, they were more authentic, I think. They didn't have a lot of knockoffs,
I love knockoffs. I have so many knockoffs.
Do you? Like what?
Like everything. I call everything like my Frada or my Fonel or my, like, everything's fake.
You're wearing your Broccoli sunglasses.
Exactly.
No, they use real rubies, but that's the headline number one. Dying former mobster who stole Wizard of Oz ruby slippers gets no prison time. And that's headline number one if you want to hear more about that story. Headline number two is this. San Francisco DA victims advocate is fired for sending email to boss Brooke Jenkins asking, "What color are your panties?" in response to a calendar invite for an anti-discrimination meeting.
Was he giving an example of things you weren't allowed to say? And then he got in trouble.
You know, those calendar invites can be very confusing.
Oh, my God.
San Francisco DA victims advocate is fired for sending email to boss Brooke Jenkins asking, "What color are your panties?" in response to a calendar invite for anti-discrimination meeting.
Oh, no.
If you want to hear more about that story, text in headline number 2 in Head to Headlines with Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 312-591-8300.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
That was Brian and Kenzie on Q101, Head to Headlines. And finally, all the tallies are in, the votes that you decide what we talk about in this segment in Head to Headlines, which story you want to hear more about. Headline number 1 was, dying former mobster who stole Wizard of Oz ruby slippers gets no prison time. There is a lot of fascination the more I read that headline that I want to hear more about that story. But
did they just find out? Like, what? Or did he die when he touched them? Were they poisoned?
You know, there's that weird thing with the Wizard of Oz where in one scene you can see somebody hanging from a tree.
Yeah.
That they committed suicide during the set of the movie. You ever hear about that, Kenzie?
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's really creepy.
And it's in the scene? They just kept it rolling?
If my memory is correct, it really happened, but it was accidentally in the movie. They didn't see it till later after it was already in the theaters, the people that filmed it.
That seems... how do you not see it now? Oh, I just got goosebumps. I got to look it up.
Well, maybe that's Kenzie Crimes on Tuesday.
Maybe.
That's so scary.
It is scary because think about the Wizard of Oz. It was in the background where all the colorful trees and sky was all different colors. So that's how it got kind of blended in by mistake.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
That's another reason to never watch that. Another reason to never watch that awful movie.
What are you talking about?
Not a Wizard of Oz fan.
It's incredible.
Watch The Wiz. Very fun.
No. I mean, The Wiz is fine, but The Wizard of Oz is a classic. And you can also start Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, right when the lion roars.
Okay, this sounds awful. These are two things I do not like: Wizard of Oz and Pink Floyd.
You've never heard of this though?
No, I don't know this.
So what happens is in the beginning, the MGM lion roars. You start Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, I think on the third roar of the lion.
Okay.
And the rumor is, and the conspiracy is, it matches up perfectly to what's going on in the movie. You turn the volume of the movie down, and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Now, people
the one with all the asses is the cover.
No.
Okay.
Which album are you thinking of?
What's a Pink Floyd and it's all the girls and they're painted and it's like all their asses sitting down.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Before
is that not Pink Floyd?
We're going to get to the headlines, I promise. We get sidetracked sometimes. Why can't I remember what
the album cover of all the girls sitting down when their bodies are painted? They're at like a pool or something. And dude, no one knows. Why is this not ringing any bells?
Oh, you're right. You are right, Kenzie.
It's Pink Floyd, right?
It is Pink Floyd.
Dark Side of the Moon? There's no asses on Dark Side of the Moon.
There's a lot of asses on one of them. I just don't know which one it is.
Why don't I remember which album cover that is?
Well, how about you just look it up? What are you doing right now? Are you turning a computer? Type in asses album cover and see what pops up.
To be completely honest, I just put in Pink Floyd asses cover, and it came up, but it says Pink Floyd album cover, and it shows the girls with their asses, and they're painted. It doesn't say what album it was. It just says classic poster of Pink Floyd album covers on girls' backsides.
Was it like body art, like in Sports Illustrated swimsuit?
Yeah. See, I think the girls have the painted covers of their albums on their bodies because they have the wall. One
so
girl's
it's like a greatest hits album?
Yes, it's like a greatest hits asses collection.
Oh.
Because Dark Side of the Moon has a prism with a rainbow.
I thought it
through
was Dark Side of the Moon, and then you see a bunch of asses. You get it? That's what I always thought.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's not an album cover. It's just kind of a greatest hits of asses that somebody did that picture.
A lot of people are checking out on the text line saying it's just a poster that they sold. It's not an album cover.
Oh.
Did your brother have that in his bedroom?
Mine?
When you were growing up, maybe?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't
Where'd
know
you see
who
it?
had it. I don't know, Brian. I'm sorry. I've just seen it. What do you mean, where did I see it? Where did you see the album covers? I don't know.
I just saw it right now. It's a great piece of information you dropped. I just wanted to know where you saw it first.
I don't remember where I saw it. I mean, my dad was a big Pink Floyd guy, but I feel like my mom wouldn't let that hang up on the wall, so I don't know.
You trying to tell me your mom wouldn't let painted women's asses on the wall of your living room?
Well, they must have been on somebody's wall.
In the living room.
That's disappointing. All right, so the second headline was that was the first one, dying mobster who stole Wizard of Oz ruby slippers gets no prison time. Headline number 2. San Francisco DA victim advocate is fired for sending email to boss Brooke Jenkins, I like her name, full name in the title, asking what color are your panties in response to a calendar invite for an anti-discrimination meeting. And that's the one everybody chose to hear. One out barely over the Wizard of Oz one. So that's the story we're going to get into right now, okay? You guys chose it. I don't think there's any, well, ironically, I don't think there's any asses in this story.
Wow.
Well, it's about panties.
Yeah, it does.
It's implied ass.
Yeah.
Now,
You know there's ass there.
so a San Francisco victim's advocate has been fired from the office of District Attorney Brooke Jenkins after sending her an email asking her what color her panties were. Now, his name is, I guess I got to out him here, Jovan Thomas, reportedly sent the inappropriate message on Friday as he responded to a calendar invite for an event that was memorializing a tragic death. And so the email was addressed to Jenkins and the entire DA's office. To the old reply all thing.
That's a mistake.
That's a bummer.
I hate when that happens.
I love it already.
Keep going, because I want to know how this
I
happened.
love it already. I love it. What color are your panties to the entire company? Like 10,000 emails.
Oh, that's a lot of responses.
Yeah. Soon after Thomas sent the email, the chief assistant district attorney, Anna Gonzalez, sent the office email saying the issue was being handled by the administration and asking staff to delete the email and not share it. She had his back. I mean, literally. It's like, hey, Gavin, this was a
How'd
mistake.
she have his bag?
Because she didn't call him out right away. She said, hey, this was a problem. We got it handled. Delete the email and move on. Everybody keep working.
I guess.
You know, instead of saying.
I think she was just trying to like dull the roar that would be. I don't think she got. Didn't he get fired? What do you mean she had his back?
Well, he eventually got fired. We're only early on in the story of the initial email saying what color your panties are. Thomas, on his part, claimed he meant to send the message as a joke to a fraternity brother.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah.
The classic bit.
Hey, you know, me and the guys.
Well, like, how? Did he also email him at the same time to his work email?
How do you reply all and then that was meant for your fraternity brother?
Do you see the screenshot in the story you have, Brian, of the email?
Yes.
Because the verbiage of the email is very important.
It really is, because it's got his official email. You know, you have like your avatar. It says TJ in a brown logo.
Think about your Microsoft Outlook screen. Everybody has one.
Yeah. And then it goes, you know, Jovan Thomas, victim advocate, Bayview, critical incidents team, office of the district attorney of Brooke Jenkins. And that just says, what color are your panties?
It says specifically what color panties you have on.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
There's no mistaking it here. Because it says to Brooke Jenkins, and then, you know, when people send an office email, then it says SFDA, which is the San Francisco DA, everyone. Like when you put like an all staff email out. So how did he accidentally put the whole staff on this email?
Maybe they've hooked up before and he didn't mean to reply all and he just thought he was being like cheeky, no pun intended. And she's just like not going to admit they've hooked up before because then she could get in trouble. And she's just like, oh, sorry, he's a scumbag. Because that seems weird.
Oh, well, in his defense, when he was busted with this, he wrote, quote, please know this is not who I am as a person. As I carry myself with respect and dignity, I am sincerely sorry and would never do such a thing on purpose. What do you think of that, Kenzie?
I mean, obviously he's lying. What do you mean? I can carry myself with dignity. You casually ask your friends what panties they're wearing while you're at work.
So let's say it was only intended for his fraternity brother. He still sent an email saying what color your panties are.
It's just weird. Why would you email that? Brian, do you ever email that to your friends?
What color their panties they got on?
Yeah, have you ever sent that email before to your friends?
Completely honest, I think twice. No, I'm kidding. I never did that.
How about you, Case?
No, I don't like typing or saying that word. Panties makes me very uncomfortable.
It's an uncomfortable word.
I don't like it.
Also, at least text it. Well, how did it get in the email? Why are you emailing that? You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to joke with your fraternity brother, just text it.
I don't know. I was talking to a girl on a dating app once, and we didn't exchange phone numbers. We exchanged email addresses and emailed back and forth, and I thought that was kind of hot. It was different.
It's not. It's not
Email?
hot.
You thought the email thing was hot?
Yeah, I think emailing somebody is kind of hot.
I just feel like it's very, like, easily hackable.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's like I was always uncomfortable using Snapchat in any way because I'm just like, everything just like went to your story on accident. And you're like, oh my God. I don't like that at all.
So a spokesperson for Jenkins confirmed to local media that Thomas has been fired. They didn't buy the dignity routine.
That's a bummer.
No.
And a statement read, to be clear, there is no relationship between the district attorney and the individual who sent the email. Does that mean there is one?
Absolutely.
To Kenzie's point, I don't know this guy. This misogynistic behavior violates the office's code of conduct, and this individual has been terminated. How does he find? What does
Well,
he
I
do?
saw that coming. I can't lie.
What does he do on his interview, his next job? Like, how'd you leave your last place?
What he's got to do is find like a boys club boss. Like, I just sent one of those emails. You know, he's gonna be like, oh yeah.
One of those emails.
He's like, I hate when that happens.
Please tell me you guys aren't woke in this office. You
You guys are cool, right?
You guys cool over
We
here?
can kick back.
Yeah. Do you guys have free beer Fridays? Come on, man. Let's go.
One of those emails.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to find a job at whatever company makes those FBI shirts that say female body inspector. And he'll be like a CEO.
I'll be a champ. Well, listen, he's been fired, and we'll keep up with his career on what happens afterward going forward if he gets another
We'll
job.
keep up with his career. Case, could you send him an email?
Well, we're still waiting for the follow-up on the goat story, the goat farmers that fought each other a week ago.
And I want to note, I did my due diligence on that. I reached out to the writer of the goat farmer story 2 different times. He never got back to me.
That's disturbing
It's a shame.
because we gave him a lot of plugs in this show during head-to-head.
I mean, I don't think they made him look good, the plugs.
Yeah.
You can give somebody bad plugs, too.
Well, we would be remiss at this point of not playing the audio from Old School and Will Ferrell in the therapy session.
Oh, God.
This is a safe place. It's a place where we can feel free sharing our feelings. Think of my office as a nest in a tree of trust and understanding. We can say anything here.
Anything.
It's okay, honey. That's why we came.
Well, I guess deep down I'm feeling a little confused. I mean, suddenly you get married and you're supposed to be this entirely different guy. I don't feel different. I mean, take yesterday for example. We were out at the Olive Garden for dinner, which was lovely. And I happened to look over at a certain point during the meal and see a waitress taking an order, and I found myself wondering what color her underpants might be. Her panties. Odds are they're probably basic white cotton underpants. But I started thinking, well, maybe they're silk panties. Maybe it's a thong. Maybe it's something really cool that I don't even know about.
Oh, my God.
I started feeling what? What? I thought we were in the trust tree in the nest. Are we not?
Trust tree.
We are.
Okay.
We are.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that now that I'm married, I'm definitely feeling a little freaked out about the fact that I'm going to have sex with only one person for the rest of my life.
He points to her, one person.
Oh, my God.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.